Hi, thanks for stopping by. I'm Floe Foxon, data analyst at Pinney Associates, and my presentation concerns EVALI and the internet. Here is my disclosure statement. You may pause now and read it at your leisure. So most of you watching this presentation will already know what EVALI is, but as a very brief introduction, from early 2019 to late 2020, the CDC reported over 2,800 hospital admissions and just under 70 deaths linked to what is now known as e-cigarette or vaping-associated lung injury, EVALI. Over 80% of those hospitalised reported using THC vaping products, and about 1/3 reported using only THC vaping products, i.e. not nicotine. The CDC has since stated that a substance called vitamin E acetate is strongly linked to EVALI, and that vitamin E acetate has not been found in the lung fluid of people that do not have EVALI. In the extant literature, we have Wing et al., who showed that states in which recreational marijuana use is legal had lower EVALI prevalence than those in which marijuana use was not legal. We also have an excellent study by Friedman who showed that states with higher marijuana use rates before EVALI had lower prevalence of EVALI. As you can see, states with light shading on the left, that's population-adjusted EVALI cases, tend to have dark shading on the right, that's marijuana use rate, and vice versa, which is clearly negative correlation. So in Wing et al. And Friedman, we've established that there is correlation between EVALI cases and marijuana use indicators. In a recent preprint, currently under review at Substance Use and Misuse, I demonstrated very strong correlation between adolescent e-cigarette use prevalence and Google search interest in vaping-related search terms. Lees et al. Has also shown an association between EVALI and Google search interest in search terms related to quitting vaping products. So in my preprint and in Lees et al., we've established that there's correlation between vaping, EVALI, and Google searches. The aim then of the present study was to investigate the correlation between EVALI cases and Google search interest. Data was sourced from Google Trends, the CDC, and the US Census Bureau. First, the number of EVALI cases in each state were divided by the number of people in that state to calculate the number of cases per person, and then simple Pearson correlation coefficients were calculated between cases in each state and Google search interest in each state. I won't read the entire list of search terms I analysed because we'd be sitting here for days, but it's worth noting first of all that most of these were suggested by Google Trends as related searches to given search terms, and second, these are not case sensitive, so EVALI all uppercase gives the same search interest as EVALI all lowercase. The results are presented here in this correlation matrix. This matrix is restricted only to those search terms which had statistically significant correlation with EVALI cases. So any search term in the table on the previous slide that's not in this matrix, it's because there was no statistically significant correlation. As you can see, the marijuana terms in dark green had low but significant negative correlation with EVALI cases. In other words, states with higher search interest in these search terms tended to have lower EVALI cases. On the other hand, by way of validation, these EVALI terms in dark purple had significant positive correlation with EVALI cases, which is what we'd expect to see. And I'm referring here to the first column of this correlation matrix. So it's probably the case that people Googling for marijuana vaping products are searching for licit sources, since searching for illicit products on the internet carries a risk of being caught. The negative correlation found in this study may suggest that higher interest in licit marijuana vaping products is associated with less EVALI prevalence, which is supported by Wing et al. And Friedman. We know from other studies that vaping products used by EVALI patients were often sourced illicitly, and that these illicit cartridges very often contained vitamin E acetate. Future research may investigate the relationship between Google Trends and other national policy or event phenomena, or may focus on the individual policy microcosms of singular states. Finally, these are my references. I appreciate your feedback very much, so please, if you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to contact me via email or Twitter. Thank you for watching and have a great conference.